Hello and welcome to the JTrain Podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freed, coming to you live from, where am I? San Francisco, California. That's right. And today is a Chit Chat Wednesday, and I am so excited. Dan Soder is the guest, and there's nobody funnier and easier to talk with than Dan Soder. And if you're in a city that he's performing in, you should go see him. He's unbelievable, great comic, and this conversation is as close as you're going to get to hanging in a green room with us talking crap about comedy and people we don't like and people we do like. And at the end, I do this game that I'm really happy I prepared because it was really a blast to do with him, where it's like, you know, the choice between hanging in a green room with two people. And just a fun time, always a great conversation. If you are watching, listening, wherever you are, I'm in Providence, Rhode Island this weekend, then I'm in Winnipeg, I'm in Kansas City. I've added Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, so all these dates are on my calendar. Go to my website, jaredfreed.com, just to see if I'm coming to a town near you and assemble the group chat. I'm doing these shows in San Francisco that are a blast. But yeah, this is all to say enjoy today's episode. Soder is the funniest, so you're going to love it. So enjoy. Boom. Hello and welcome to the JTrain Podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freed, coming to you live from Delray Beach, Florida. That's right. Every Wednesday is a Chit Chat Wednesday where I speak to a comedian, a friend, an expert. I would say we're joined by all three today. Friend, comedian, expert in... I got you. I would call you an expert comedian. I think you're
Thank you. I appreciate that, but I don't know if I would call
you would never say it, but no. I'll say it for you. That's my job.
I could say I'm an expert in ranch dressing. I know a lot about ranch.
Not a ranch guy. I
know you're Florida. You're a vinaigrette. You're a vinaigrette man.
I like vinaigrette. I like blue cheese if given the choice on a wing.
Cheese. I love a blue cheese.
I like the blue cheese. It slows me. It slows you down enough.
Yeah. It also, here's the thing though. It's a risky cheese. It's a cheese that if you're not drinking alcohol with it could get you sick because it is at its core rotted cheese.
You're at the edge. You're the days of the week matter.
Yeah, you're on the trapeze thing with no net. If you're eating if you're eating wings with blue cheese and no booze, because the booze will kill it. That's the thing that always makes it. If you're having a couple cocktails, you're fine.
You're okay. Well, I should have mentioned he's a doctor. Dan Soder here on the podcast. Everyone go MD, Dan Soder MD. Soder's his podcast. You can go watch it on YouTube, listen to it anywhere you go. He's got tickets out for his shows. He's on the road, dansoder.com. How are you? Yeah, I'm in Delray Beach. You didn't know that I moved.
No place in New York anymore. I'm completely out of New York.
No place in New York. I come back, I stay at a hotel and do what I have to do and get out of there. I don't think it's hampered me. Like, there's no New York opportunities that I've had been like, if I was just... And that's kind of talk about the trapeze without the net. Like, I'm kind of like use this metaphor, analogy, imagery of like the people I think doing best are the ones that realize they're wearing a VR headset and there's no chance of falling. Because it's going to work out. However it works out, it works out.
I mean, there will be failures that they're just not like as bad as you think they are.
Right. I think that's a very good way of putting it. Nothing's as good as you think. Nothing's as bad as you think. It's all somewhere. How are you? What's going on? What are you up to?
I'm good, dude. I'm about to go on this theater tour, the Golden Retriever of Comedy tour. So I'm excited to like take this hour out and do bigger rooms. And, you know, we've announced the first half through Christmas. So
love it.
It's fucking sick, dude. I'm excited. I'm performing in a lot of places. I've seen concerts and stuff. So it's like,
where? Give me one.
Rialto Theater in Tucson, October 4th is awesome because I saw like Dude, I saw Chappelle there when he was doing the Black Zilla tour during Chappelle show. I saw Queens of the Stone Age there. I saw Nappy Roots there. Shout out to the Nappy
Nappy
Roots.
Roots. I haven't heard
Nappy
that.
Roots. Yeah, you do.
Haven't
You
heard
know
that in
them.
a while.
You gotta, yeah, I mean, in a while, but you've heard them.
Yeah, I've of course.
Yeah.
So what did you eat today?
I had there's a Greek restaurant that's by us in Gramercy that is awesome. And they do this like diced, it's a Mediterranean salad with like
Mhm.
crumpled feta. And then I get a side of tzatziki with pita. It's a very nice lunch.
What you so you do see like I do you ever worry about your body?
All the
You're a
time.
no, but you don't seem like a body like you're a body I would envy. I think you're the body type I would want.
Lanky. I'm lanky,
You're
so
not,
but now
you,
I'm like older, fat, but lanky.
but that's in your own mind. I'm saying from the outside, I look at you. You're like very functional. Like
Yeah, I
you're never gonna like. I'm not gonna be like, whoa, Dan can barely walk. He's looks a little tight. Like you look like you're comfortable.
yeah, the things I'm tall, so the things that have been started to suck are my knees and my hips specifically. So what you
Mm.
don't see is the elaborate hip stretch in the morning I have to do, like a dog with dysplasia. It's just like I have to like
The
do
hidden
this
problems of a tall guy. Is this
that you
something
don't
you guys
know it.
pass around? Do you guys talk
Yeah,
about this thing?
I was in my 30s and I was talking to a fellow tall and they were like, you got to stretch your hips. And I was like, nah, not really. I'm fine. I just wake up and go. And then I started doing it. And thank God I started doing it in my mid 30s. I've been doing it now for like over 6 years. And you just kind of feel how it feels better. I don't get like, I don't have any sciatica yet. I don't have any of that shit, which
Is
I'm in my 40s. So
is
some of my
there a
friends are,
male body that you would want?
I would like a,
Like, is there someone that you envy the body? Because for me, I'll give you mine while you think. Like, I would say your body type. I'm envious of it because you kind of move through it. No one would go. You're jacked. You're not jacked. There's just you go unnoticeable, which is not an insult. I hope you don't. I'm saying
no,
as a
but when
guy
people
whose
zero
body
in,
gets talked about a lot to him,
yeah,
like
I don't ever get my body, outside of my fiance who we joke around that we can't find my hips because I like my body's like a tube. She's like, it's crazy. That's where your hips, they're like so much higher up than you would
so
think.
you have
And
a
it's,
short torso.
I have a short torso, long legs. And so it's weird because
Wow.
where I want to put my jeans looks like I'm sagging, but you're like, no, this is where a normal man's hips would be. My hips are
Oh.
higher, but then I look like a fucking like Urkel.
If every man wore their pants where their hips actually are, I think we would think of everyone differently. Like I think
Yes.
like if we had to tuck in our shirts and had to
Yes.
wear our pants where your hips are, we'd all
Yes.
have different personalities. You treat us
Everyone
differently. Everyone would
you
be different to us.
some guys that you're scared of now would be riding up in the front where you go, I can't
Right.
take you seriously. And
Yeah.
then there'd be people where you're like, oh, this guy's actually got a better body than I thought he had.
Right.
You see someone like a Joe Pera who you don't realize is ripped. And
Joe
then you're like,
Pera is one of those people that definitely has a great body with like an unsuspected good body. And I don't even know him well enough to talk about him like this.
he did a we all did a show together at Caroline's. It was you were doing shows there too. It was all the same time. It was around the same time. And he did this set where he took his shirt off and his thing was that he was canoeing through a river. He like gave a setup of like I'm canoeing in the summer and he was like slapping himself for bugs, but
Yeah.
it's like Mark Norman. He took his shirt off and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
you're fucking
Norman,
jacked.
undercover good body guy.
Great body. We went swimming with him and he took his shirt off and you're like, I'm envious of his body. He's
Right.
got like
That's why he
older,
throws around the word fatty a lot. He has
yeah, he has no clue.
no connection to it. There's no emotion.
No, he doesn't like I have I'm like skinny fat, you know what I mean? Like I have a little bit of a belly, but I can hide it with a t-shirt, My
Right.
arms are not, I don't have muscular arms. I just have long arms.
But
So
you're
they're
not
not like,
not muscular. That's the thing. Like I would
I'm like
want tennis
stringy.
player body, I think is the number one body. Number
Yes, I
one
think
male
that's the
body. Tennis
absolute,
player
that,
body. That's the
yes,
pinnacle.
tennis or basketball player is the
Basketball
ideal.
that tall, you
No,
don't
but I'm
want to
saying
be
if you get
that
a
tall.
normal height with the way they're built, if you get
Right. But
like a
I think
lanky,
at that point, I don't even want to mess with that genie's wish. I just want to
yeah.
be tennis soccer player. I think a soccer player's got a great
Soccer player is
build.
ideal. Soccer player, they all have great legs and
Yeah.
their torsos are very tight from all the running. I go soccer player number one.
You're probably right. I was thinking
And
about
then
this.
I
I
would
was like,
say older in life golf body.
well, if you're a long golf body guy, that's a good look.
It's a good look.
That's a good look. You fit
And
into
your shirt's
clothing
tucked
well.
in.
Shirts tucked in. We know exactly what a golfer looks like.
And they got,
No
and a lot of
hiding on that
times,
course.
no, they're like swimmers. They cannot
Right.
hide their bodies.
I actually feel bad for any golfer considered overweight. They're probably not as overweight as we think they are.
It's like D lineman. You're like, you think a defensive lineman's overweight, and you're like, that man is a ball of muscle. He's
Yeah.
not just, you know what's really funny to me is when athletes like Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes take their shirt off and they're not muscular. And you're like, oh, look at you. You're like, you're in shape, but you're not like ripped or buff. You're just like
Right.
Travis Kelce with his shirt off is like almost me with my shirt off.
You're closer to Travis Kelce than you give
Yeah, which is
yourself credit.
crazy.
He had a shirt off picture that I had to discuss with an interviewer where his back was hairy. But
Yeah.
he needed a back wax. And because I'm a big back wax guy.
So I started taking minoxidil when I got my hair transplant, and it's made me have a hairy back when I never had one.
Really?
I
Does
never
it look
had
like it's
one.
dirty? That's kind of like the look of my hairy back, where it looks like I
So
have
no,
dirt on my back.
mine's like very light right now, but it comes in almost like a reverse of my chest because I have a chest hair that it comes down to my stomach. My back does like, but it's thin. I buzz it off and it's fine.
Oh, go get waxed, dude. I love it. I go once a month.
And it takes and you're good for like a month.
10 minutes, good for a month. It hurts a little, it's gonna hurt, but like it's a hurt so good type of thing. Listen,
Right.
I'm a European Wax Center guy. They just paid me to do an ad for them. But even so, I was already The only reason they paid me is because I talked about it so glowingly.
It's a product that you use.
Right. I'm a client. It's Hair Club for
Yeah.
Men. I'm
Yeah.
not only.
Yeah, I got to start. I should have done that with the doctor that did my hair transplant. Should have got some of that money knocked off.
Talk
Like,
something. Well, if you like something, talk about it on a podcast.
Yeah,
If you go on a podcast, that is the move.
I get weed and like random wrestling artifacts because of that. They're like
That's the
people are like,
best.
oh, this dude loves and 49ers stuff, which fucking rules. I'm always like, yeah, this is great.
Are you excited for the season? I think you're as a 49ers fan, I would put you in the catbird seat of a good season.
Undervalued, overlooked and underappreciated when we got rid of the 49ers got rid of a lot of players, and I was one of the fans included that was like, we're fucked. And then now that I'm seeing this team together, there's some depth questions specifically at the offensive line, but outside of that, I'm like, dude, we also have the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Easiest schedule, and consistency is underrated. You're ahead when you keep the staff and keep the same crew. You're just ahead.
Dude, you look at Kyle Shanahan's record in San Francisco since 2017, and he's been to 4 NFC championship games and 2 Super Bowls in 6 seasons, or in 7 seasons.
Right. This guy's good at what he does.
Yeah, like I have friends, I'm on a lot of group chats with 49er fans, and there's one chat specifically, and fans of anything will do this, where you're in a group chat about a thing, there will be someone who isn't an informed fan, but they're very opinionated, and they give these stances that you're like, this isn't even a good take. You didn't even kind of think of this. And this happens multiple times this season, when the 49ers will be losing a game, this guy will go fire Kyle We need to fire Kyle Shanahan. And I immediately will go, and who the fuck do you plan on replacing him with?
Right.
Where we stay as good or better. And every time he goes, I don't know. I just can't stand him. Every time. And then I'll go,
it's like a bad radio call-in guy. Like if you listen to
yes,
sports radio,
yes,
they
yes.
always, the sports radio response to fire a person is, what's your plan? Okay, now we're coachless. And they never have an answer.
And then I'll hit him with the, when he does it again, I'll hit him with the clip of Bernie Sanders going, I'm asking you once again. And then I'll just cut it to my text. Who would we hire?
Right.
Like you say the same thing every year, multiple times, and you never once have an answer.
Right.
We'll that's this guy.
That's a once an hour conversation on a sports radio station.
You're like, dude, shut up.
Who are you trading them for? We should trade so-and-so.
The fan thing should be, you should find a reason to support the guys you have. You should find a reason to be positive about the team.
Right. I'm not the only one. It's funny that you bring up the fire so-and-so guy, because I am I'm in a group chat, but it's the joke is that I just am ready to fire James Franklin, Penn State football coach, at any turn. Like,
I mean, by the way, I watched James Franklin absolutely break Nate Bargatze's heart when he left Vanderbilt and came to Penn State.
So Bargatze loved him.
Oh,
he was like a recruiter. He's a great recruiter. So at a place like Vanderbilt, where they're known for being bad, like, you need the great recruiter that convinces the second guy.
Yeah.
When you're Penn State, you gotta win. You gotta coach too.
You know, win.
Like I have a funny story about it. I'll never forget. I was Tom Brady, 2001, leads the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
To, the Super Bowl. It's the miracle of all miracles. The tuck game, the snowball game, all that stuff. Yeah. It's the next season. We're at the opening game. The next season.
Sure. 02 season.
02. They just traded Drew Bledsoe to the Bills.
Yes, he started for the Bills.
The Bills. They bring, now it's Brady's team. We got rid of, it's not awkward because they won the Super Bowl, but
yeah,
Bledsoe was like a part of the Super Bowl run because he got brought in when Brady went out. First play, I think it was the first or second play, Brady throws an incomplete pass, like just like a random incomplete pass. And there was a guy that was in our section that just yelled out, "Bring back Bledsoe!"
I mean,
so funny.
On.
I mean, that's
great. That's just
knowing timing. That is knowing comedy. Yeah. Like,
that is sports fans like that. When a guy has a good one at a stadium, it's the only time in my life as a comedian I'm jealous.
If
you can get the
section laughing.
Oh, I remember one time I was at a Niner game and a guy yelled out, "Hey ref, why don't you bend over and use your good eye?" Place erupted.
See, that's just about saying it like, don't fumble. Like, you gotta
complete
get that
pass.
line out.
And he got it. I mean, shot right to the chest. Got him.
I love it. Okay, I had a game for you. And
yeah,
have you been on the road? You're going on the theater tour. Have you been just in New York?
No, I've been on the road.
You've been on the road.
Yeah, I've been on the road. It's just when the tour, you like, it's to highlight the theater shows. But I've been doing clubs. Right. Getting the reps.
Go see Soder. He's hilarious. You're gonna love him. The green room.
Yeah.
Do you have a good rider? I mean, you're going on a theater tour. When you do the theaters, you can really rider it up.
Yeah. So I put together a rider that was very me coded. It was very like not a lot and stuff that I wanted. So it was bottled water.
Nike sneakers every place you go.
Yeah, no one make eye contact. It was bottled water, iced coffee, half and half for my iced coffee.
Okay.
Reese's Pieces miniature cups. Not Reese's Pieces, Reese's miniature cups.
Wow. Okay.
Like a big bag of one of those. I love those. And apples, bananas, and some chips.
Bananas is huge. What type of chip?
I was doing sun chips. I like sun chips. They're a little
Any
heartier.
flavor or just
I
I like the
did. I said
normal
garden.
sun chip.
I love cheddar and I love garden salsa.
I can't believe I don't mind those, but I just can't believe how prevalent they are over the regular sun chip.
Regular are great. Regular sun chips are fucking great.
I
Garden
love regular sun
salsa.
chips.
Garden salsa has a soft spot in my heart because when I was really, really poor, I used to eat Subway meals as two meals. So I would do a foot long, 6 inch at night, 6 inch at lunch the next day. And I would break up the bag of garden salsa. And I remember always being like, if I ever make it, I'm eating fucking
I'm
full
getting this
bags.
full
I mean,
bag of
full
garden.
bags of garden salsa.
Why do you think Subway did that? They made a commitment to the
No, but
heart.
it worked.
It
It
worked.
worked.
Because
I'll tell
I
you right
do
now.
see sun chips, I think of Subway and vice versa.
Yeah. And just you get me a chicken teriyaki with a fucking bag of Sun Chip Garden and like a big raspberry iced tea, like in one of those big Subway cups. I'm very
Yeah.
happy.
Here's the thing about like how screwed up we are by food and branding and marketing. I could taste that chicken teriyaki you just brought up.
Right?
Like
Right
I
then.
could taste it. I've had that with the
It's so good.
lettuce. I get
Oh,
it with like everything on it and the
oh yeah. Then
cucumber.
you get the
I've gotten it.
drizzle.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. I've gotten that so many times.
And I'll tell you, I know it probably isn't tuna fish, but a Subway tuna
I
with
don't eat.
lettuce
That's
and
the one thing I
mayonnaise.
don't eat. My dad
I
once looked
love.
at me. He looked at my brother and I. He goes, the one disappointment I have is that both of you don't like a tuna fish sandwich.
Tell Mr. Freed that if he needs a fucking stepson to come
Bring
in
you
and
in.
eat tuna, I Katie hates it. I have
Yeah.
to be I
I
she
can't.
hates
It's fishy to me, but I guess.
so that's exactly Katie is a big texture girl and she
Mm,
also has an incredible sense of smell. I have no sense of smell since COVID. So I can eat anything. And I love tuna. So I just want to eat tuna. And she's just like, please, for my sake, keep it out of the house.
okay,
So
so
it's a
here's the
big
key.
roadie. That's a big
I
road.
so you
Road.
do it while out of the house. See,
Oh yeah.
that's a good boyfriend.
Yeah. I'll get
That's
tuna on the
like
road.
that actually probably makes you like it better, like
Well, what it
more.
is it's like it's not devious, so it's not like, ooh, I get to do this. It's more I'm on the road and we'll be at a sandwich place and someone will go, they got a good tuna fish, and you go, fuck yes.
Here
Load
we
me
go.
up. Load me up. I'm right there.
Road happiness is like hard to cut. Like there's moments on the road that you kind of smile to yourself
Oh
and
my
you're like, you
God.
can't
I'll tell
believe
you
that
right
really
now.
gives you happiness.
I'll tell you right now how happy I am to have a great breakfast, right?
Mm,
And then a good hang. This happened recently. Sagalo and I were
yep.
in Portland, Maine, doing the Empire Comedy Club. Great little
I
room.
gotta do it. I'm a huge Maine guy and I've never done it.
First off, it's an unbelievable club. It's just like it reminds me of old school Creek in the Cave. It's just
Okay.
like this small room. The owner and the managers rule. They're just like, Portland is a funky town, but we found
$3
these.
Dewey's, man. I just had a video about Portland take off about a hot dog place I would have sent you to. But all right.
Oh my God, I would have gone there. But we had like a great breakfast and then went and sat like in this part of town and smoked a joint, just hung out and watched people. And then I went back to my room, played some video games, took a nap, shower, shows, and I was like, this isn't a job. This
Right,
was
right.
so fun.
Road nap and vacation beach nap. I would put
Oof.
them on the same level.
Vacation beach nap, coming in from the sun and putting
Cold
on
hotel room.
putting on basketball short, getting out of your trunks, putting them in the bathroom to dry off,
Yep.
getting in basketball shorts into bed,
Showering. Fresh
washing
shower.
it off.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Get this.
shower into any sleep is elite, especially if you can do the thing. If you can hit the trifecta of clean sheets, shower, long day,
Yeah. You're right.
it's like that's the
So,
best.
okay. So I wanted to ask you I got a game. It's called Green Room
Hmm.
Hang.
Hmm.
You have to choose to hang with one of these two people in the green room.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah.
I
I'm
put
going to
together a
smoke a little bit of
bunch.
weed right.
Okay,
I've had a
smoke
long
some
day.
weed, get ready.
I've been going all day, and I was like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with Jared, but it's at home, so it counts as it at home."
You're
It's
perfect.
5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock.
It is literally 5 o'clock. We're sitting here on a Tuesday. Okay. So the premise is here's the thing that people who don't do comedy or music or have access to a green room might not know. It is your place to really just chill out. It's like a body-sized locker that you have. You can put your stuff anywhere. And
Yes.
I would say that, Soder, you probably agree with me. Whenever you're doing a weekend or when it's your show, when your name is on the billboard, when your name is
Yeah.
on the ticket,
Marquee.
on
Yeah.
the marquee, that is your green room.
Yes. Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean the opener doesn't have access to the green room. I think you and I are
No.
probably similar. It's their green room too, but there is a
Yes.
green room hierarchy where they defer to you.
Big Dog's gonna eat.
Big dog gotta eat.
Big Dog's gonna tell you what walkout song he's going up to first. Big Dog's gonna tell you. And by the way, this is what I came up under. When
Right.
I was an MC, you don't even know if you can go in the room. When
Right.
you're a feature, you are their backup singer. So they order a meal, then you order the meal. And then you
Right.
become the headliner and you go, all right, my order is going to go in first. I'm going to
Right.
tell you when I want my food. Blah, blah,
And
blah.
it's not that you are really tied to these things. It's not like you're like, if the feature ordered their food first, you would never go ta ta
No,
ta 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 ta.
no,
You
not at
would,
all.
but there is a little politeness. But you also like, I'm sure these people exist that get in their head that they're the headline and they should own the green room. I'm sure
Oh,
those people.
I've had to tell. This is before I was bringing my own feature, but so it was like over 10 years ago. I would sometimes have features that would come in and like, well, I live here. I know this green room. And it's like, fantastic.
I
This
know it's
weekend, I will say about the comedy mothership, they are very, very good at making that green room yours on the weekend, which I
well.
did not expect.
I've never been. They didn't let me in, but that is probably. I would assume that would be it because that's a comedian run
But
started
because of
place.
because of the way Austin is and the culture that surrounds that club, I really thought it was like the hierarchy is Rogan, Hinchcliffe, Segura. They all have first bidding, and
Right.
then whoever's there that weekend. And that's not how it is. I was just like, oh shit, okay, fuck. And then
Okay.
you
Well,
can
that's
open up
good to
to them.
hear.
You can
Right.
open it up to the Austin, which I did. I was like, anybody can come in. I don't give a fuck.
Right. And sometimes can I come in? I'm like that's ridiculous, but it's nice that they
Yes.
ask. Okay,
Yes.
so you're in your green room and you have the choice between these two people hanging with you in the green room.
Okay.
Excited new comic or bitter old comic.
Excited new comic every time.
Yeah.
Because I was one, and it's the most fun to talk about stuff that you love. You want the excitement and the love of comedy that's radiating off them, not the I didn't end up where I wanted to be and now I'm going to piss in everyone else's soup.
I totally agree with you. It almost makes you appreciate it again.
Yeah.
You're
It
like,
makes
oh
me
my God.
realize what it is it's perspective. You
Yeah.
go like, oh, dude, I used to like bother. I remember Colin Quinn one time when I was opening for him was like, I'll tell you when you can ask me questions. You know what I mean? Like I absolutely was that. And
Yeah.
it also is because it's also it's like the innocence of children. It's tied to not knowing better. So
Right.
you just go like, oh, you love this. I love that you love this. This is great. This is making me love this again. Whereas old bitter comic, I had a guy. I was at you know how Zanies used to do in Nashville, they do the split weekends where you would
Yes.
do like you would like if it was me and you would do Friday, Saturday, you would do Friday, Saturday, Sunday early shows, and
Hmm.
I would do the late show Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we would see
Yes.
each other. I did it with Beth Stelling one time. I did it with Adam Conover one time. So it was like these things, these split weekends where they try to, so that
I
way they
did
can.
it once. I'm trying to remember who it was with, but I do remember. Yeah, I know what
But
you're talking about.
the very first time I did it, Nashville was like, we want to bring him in. This was when I was first headlining, and they're like, we know he can't sell tickets, so we're going to pair him with a Christian comedian. And the Christian comedian's going to be the early show, then Dan will be the late show. but Dan has to use this guy's feature. I was like, I don't give a shit. I was brand new to headlining. I wasn't bringing my own feature
So
anyways.
for the maybe the people that don't know comedy that well, the opener for the Christian guy was now going to be your opener as well,
Yes.
and this is a way of like making it so they can pay that guy.
Yeah.
For
That
the
guy can get a full weekend, which I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking any of this so far. I don't have a problem with any of this so far. My problem was the guy in the green room. So I come in and he is significantly older than me. I think at the time I was like 27. I might have been 28 years old headlining. He was in his late 40s, early 50s. And I came in the room and he immediately was just like vomiting insecurities, just vomiting that like this business sucks, it's broken, where do you live in New York, it's not worth living there, you're not going to get anything out of it, but then he keeps hitting me with, I was a headliner when you were born. He like keeps saying that. Which night one I bite my tongue. I go outside. I think I'm still smoking cigarettes at this point. I go outside, I'm smoking cigarettes. I'm just kind of staying away from this guy. He bombs so fucking hard on my show that it was like the thought of you even trying to talk shit is hilarious. You are bad. You are objectively bad at comedy. He tried to sell a t-shirt. He tried to sell merch. It was wild. So whatever. I have show's fine. I go out in Nashville, have a good time. The next night in the green room, he's bitching again. He's just bitching about comedy. Well, you know, I've worked the road. You've never even worked the road. And I'm like, no, I'm kind of new. I did it as an opener, but you know, never. And he's like, I'm being very graceful. I'm being very graceful. I'm giving this guy.
You give him a lot of leeway.
A lot of leeway. And then he keeps hitting me with, how old are you again? I'm 28 years old. And he goes, Jesus, I was a headliner when you were born. And I go, then what happened?
Uh-oh.
And he stops and he goes, what? And I go, then what happened?
Right.
If you were headlining when I was born, why aren't you still a headliner? You should still be a headliner.
Right.
And he was like, he just didn't have anything for it. It was like he never thought out his own shit.
Right. He's just saying, and like, I don't know what message is he trying to send?
I forgot. God, if the MC of that weekend can remember that and watches this clip, please DM me, because the MC fucking lost it when I said it. Like they started laughing in their hand that they were like, oh shit. Because they had watched it build to that moment. And then you're like, well, you suck. You suck. You clearly were.
Tell me about a drug habit or an alcoholism. Tell me how this all got here.
Make it make sense, you fucking hack.
Right.
But then he bombs again, which was shout out to the great spirit. And then he gets off stage and he goes, well, he's like, gets off stage and the MC's on. He's like, all right, well, I'm probably not going to hang around. Your audience doesn't like to buy merch. And I went, okay. And that was it. That was the last thing I said to him.
Your audience doesn't like to buy merch. It's just such a rational. That tells you everything. That's why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, you want to know what they do like? Good jokes.
Right.
That's what's interesting.
They buy merch when they laugh.
He fucking sucked. But that was like, man, that was a Ghost of Christmas Future where you're like, never become that guy.
Well, there's a lot of lessons that we get, like just like at human beings that are lessons that we get. You know,
I mean, that's everybody. That's what life is just looking around and learning lessons from people that are like, that's why the internet's so scary, because you're like, none of these motherfuckers are learning lessons.
Right. Okay, Green Room Hang. TikToker with a bigger following, but they need you to close the show.
Obvi.
Or opener who headlines their Wednesday shows weekly, who starts the weekend by saying that they're not familiar with your stuff.
That is good. You really, honestly, my one criticism of the first question was like, I don't think Jared really thought this out because the answer was too easy.
Right.
This is you fucking.
That was an appetizer, man. I gotta get you. You get your whistle wet.
You got some snares in there. That
listen,
was good. Okay, here's my thoughts on both of them.
Thought out. I mean, these are real people you meet on the road.
So here, let's talk it out. Let's start
Okay.
with the guy. So
Guy who does
my
the Wednesday show.
my problem with the guy that does the Wednesday thing is I don't have a problem until he goes, I'm not familiar with your stuff, which is a me problem. That is not a him problem.
But he's a
That's a
comedian who knows saying that is a dig.
so he's a dick.
He's a
But
dick. He knew who he was opening for. He knew the name. He looked you
but
up.
it isn't
He
it
couldn't even give you
ultimate
a fake compliment.
but ultimately it's an MP. It's a my problem. It's not a YP. It's not a your problem. But here's what I think. How good is he good? Is he like the is
A
he
lot
like
of
the
local stuff. A lot of local stuff.
so
He
he's a hack.
crushes.
So
He
he's a hack. He
murders
murders, but he murders with shitty stuff.
local and a lot of like names of streets
Yes,
and
it's very hacky.
yeah,
Very this town drives like this.
right.
I could tell they were from blank because of the way how close their eyes were together.
Right. But he
Yes.
knows that green room well, just like you said before.
Okay. I'm
The
already
waitresses are like, "Hey Johnny, do you need anything?" Like
I'm
they
already
know.
out on him. I'm out
Yeah,
on him,
okay.
and I'll tell you that he is repulsive because of his arrogance, because of his arrogance and his lack of being connected to the fact that he's not ashamed of killing with hacky shit. If you're
Uh-huh.
killing with hacky shit, and you're unaware of it, it tells me you lack a layer to your comedy, that you don't have self-awareness, that you're
Yeah.
being hacky. So I think this guy just in general lacks self-awareness, which that's all I'm working on right now is becoming fully aware of who
Right.
I am for positive and for negative. But the TikToker again is a MP. He's another my problem because it's
Yeah.
my ego that hurts that he's got so many followers and I don't. So that's my ego. So I don't think I'm as upset. And also, if I'm closing the show, I'm going to turn some of these motherfuckers. Some
Right.
of these people are going to go,
Mm-hmm.
I went for that and I left because I saw the real deal. I saw the real
Right.
product. It's
But you
like,
got to hang with him in the green room and he's
that's
telling
fine.
you,
I can get
"Okay.
material out of that. I can get material out of that. I can disconnect and mock. You know what I
Right.
mean? I
Yeah,
can
no, you're right.
disconnect and go like, this kid's life is crazy. I'm going to see it go up quick. I'm going to see it go down quick. The other kid is an actual, you know what it is? It's like the TikToker like, um, is like throwing up from drinking. It's like once you just do it right then and there. The opener is the flu. Like it's
Mm.
gonna wreck you for like longer. It
You're
just
going to
you
be
just
out a
don't want it.
week."
Yeah, you just don't want to deal with that. You can give me food poisoning over the flu any day.
We got two more. Let's do two
Yeah,
more. Okay, and then we'll get you going. Everyone go to dansoder.com. He's doing a theater run, so go get
yeah.
tickets. You're going to
Come on
love
out.
Dan Soder.
Sure will be
Soder is the
fun.
podcast. Waiter who's never available, but says hello in the beginning of the weekend, saying they have the green room.
Yes. Know it.
Or
No, and you cannot find him, and all
you
you want to
can't
do is
find
get a
them.
drink.
They're not good at it, but they've established they're the green room waiter. So you
And
have to tip them as if you would
yes,
tip any other green room waiter.
yes.
Or a club manager who's really worried about the show running long. It's all he talks about.
Oh, this is a great one. Um,
These are real people you encounter.
waiter, because of how I'm built, how I've built my life on the road, I usually like to eat after shows.
Mm,
So I'm not that reliant on the waiters, you know. I know it's healthier for me to eat earlier, so I've been trying to do that. But if I don't, I usually get food after the show. So the waiter becomes less important
mm.
versus the manager. You're up in my shit.
Right. I don't
Get
want
out of
someone
here.
in my shit. I
I don't
think
want people.
the waiter's just a monetary issue. You're just
Exactly.
saying goodbye to the amount you would. What are you tipping
Fine.
per show on the road weekend at a club? Because
50 ish,
I 50
50
a
a show.
show.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We are in line. We are tipping in You and I'm doing 50 a show as well. And I'm not
Yeah,
just
if I
saying
do
50.
5 shows, I'm giving them 250.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I heard of some other comedians that are really doing us a disservice.
What
There
are
are
they
some
doing?
comics that are tipping some wild amounts
Like
that
what?
I
Which, by
heard
the way,
like
I'm for. I'm for. I like
I'm
to be
for
on
it, but
this.
also we're looking back. I mean, 250 for
Well,
the weekend feels like I thought. Here's where I'm embarrassed. I'm like, look at me, I'm doing the right thing. I'm really
now
tipping
you're
great.
right. You're just doing you're just doing it. You're just But what are they doing? What numbers are you hearing out
I've
here?
heard 5, I've heard 6, I've heard
5 I could
5.
see, but I better have that whole weekend sold out. I better have that
Right.
whole weekend sold out.
That changes things for me as well. I'll tell you the name afterwards, and the only reason was the name, and I was like, come on, man. Okay, so last one.
All right. That is, I don't know. Depending also
500. It does depend on if you're
depending what
selling
there's
tickets.
because there's also people what people have to understand about the green room is there are people like you and I, which I think we're closer aligned, where it's like very minimal, it's just like a place to hang out,
Right.
low lighting, TV on, bottles of water, maybe some food if you order from the club. And then there are people that want like service,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
a bar stocked shit going
We
on.
know there are people that are difficult because my favorite thing at the Comedy Cellar is to find out who
Yeah.
is the person, like the comics that the wait staff are like tired of dealing with. And I can't
Oh,
believe that's a thing.
I'll
But
go
there
a
are
step
people.
further, and I want to know whose act they hate.
Oh, that's
They
fun.
hear it all the
Yeah,
time. Where I go, do you hate this bit? And they go, I hate this bit. And you go, me too. And they're like, great. It's awesome.
Okay, last one. Opener
Yeah.
who says they have a very similar joke to yours, but they never
Okay.
reveal it.
Okay.
So you go
Okay.
on night one, they go,
Yeah. Oh,
I
I
have
have
a bit
something pretty
just
close to
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
And
I've
then
had
they
that.
never do it or reveal it, but they go, and then they say, you can do it. I don't need to do it this
Yeah,
weekend.
there are I have that happen more often than you think. And
Yes.
also it's just a clear insecurity thing. Because
Right. And
it's what happens to us at the cellar when you see Louis or Chris Rock do a premise that you do and you go, oh, okay. I probably have to drop that because the
we're
bigger
dancing
comics
in the same,
space. Yeah.
same spot. Okay. Or opener who starts doing the bits or starts doing bits that you heard in conversation in the green room.
Buddy, I have had one of these situations where I swear to God, I would never name names, but I
Yeah.
swear to God, this guy that was emceeing was straight up just starting to talk about the subjects of my bits throughout the week. So I'm talking about like, so I'm like talking about like, yeah, it's fucking my dog's crazy because she shits in the shower. And then the guy's like, you ever know these dogs shit in the shower? And you go like, what the fuck are you doing?
Where
Like I
was
had
this
to
on
be like,
Thursday? Did you say
I
something?
literally had to go like, hey dude, it sounds like you're like as we go along, you're like talking, and he goes, oh man, sorry, I think you're just like influencing me. And you're like, no, 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 no,
No,
no.
no,
You're
no.
taking what I'm saying and you're saying it first.
Right. No,
Like
that's
so then it makes me look shitty.
right. Right.
But you're the shitty one.
right. You're being a
You're
piece of shit.
taking
You got hired to do an act that you've done before.
I'll tell you right now, the number one thing with me where it's just like, hey, no matter how nice of a guy, no matter what, if you do this, I don't really feel like having you on my show is when you treat the audience like you and I are like they're both there to see both of us the same energy. Like,
Right.
whatever. That's a new one. I know you guys would like that. And you're like, you don't know them.
I
You
know.
do
I
not.
hate that.
That's
I
like you.
don't
That's
like.
like your friend's parents coming over and you calling them by their first name.
Right.
Are
Right.
you out of your
Go
fucking
do.
mind?
I
That's
get
not.
that sometimes with like, oh, Jared's people will like this, and they'll say it to them, and I'm like, don't demean the people that came to my show. Like just
Yeah.
because you think that like. What do you think? It's a bunch of Taylor Swift fans that you're performing. That's always the vibe from them when they say that to the people that come to my show. It's like, oh, you guys will like this, and it'll be like, when you're like
Dude, my
complaining
favorite.
about your Cosmo, and I'm like,
Yeah.
get the fuck
Dude,
out of here.
my favorite example of that. My favorite example of that. It still makes me laugh every time I think about it. Is Big J Okerson, who is one of the funny. if not the funniest human being to ever walk this planet. He makes me laugh. Did a radio show with him for 8 years. He's fucking hilarious. He is, his material's sexual. His material is like edgier, but it's naturally edgy. It's like who he is, but it's still smart and it's still
Right.
funny, which is the most important part. It's funny, but dude, he'll have MCs that'll go up there and they'll be like, yeah, and then I fuck this dead baby. And the crowd will be like, oh, and they go, well, if you guys don't like that one, wait till you see Jay. And Jay's like, I don't do anything like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's the fun.
Who do you think I am? Yeah.
That is the funniest example where they'll be like, yeah, you guys can't handle that. Well, good luck when Jay's up here. And he's like, I don't even talk about that stuff, kind of. That makes me laugh every time I hear that. Because that's
Count
like
Grossula is about to be up here.
Oh, this guy's gonna warp your minds. And Jay's like, no, I'm not. I'm hanging out with him.
How about you let me be me? Yeah, I know.
Exactly. It's so funny.
I would definitely rather, the opener that does the jokes in the green room. I had someone did a podcast with them, whole hour conversation, and then I saw their act, and it was all the stuff we did on the podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that.
And I was like,
a lot of people like that.
Whoa, what is this?
A lot of people that are they don't there's no Geneva Convention for them. There's no there's no decency. They're war criminals.
We need a tribunal. Who would be the comedy tribunal? Like now that Maron's going around doing his
Supreme Court, there'd be a Supreme Court of comedy.
Supreme Court. Yeah.
And it's always the older comics. And I think right now, if I'm putting together my 9 justices of comedy, it is you got to be Supreme Court, right?
Okay, right.
They look over. Colin Quinn, Dave Attell, Maria Bamford, Joe Rogan. I said it.
Right.
You need a conservative voice on it.
Yeah, you got it. Listen,
you need a conservative voice.
You gotta get everything.
Mark Maron. So dissenting opinions. Patton Oswald.
Okay. You're missing a group.
Bonnie McFarlane. Oh yeah, Miss Pat.
Okay, thank you. That was the group I was thinking of.
Keith Robinson.
Keith would be good. Because Keith.
And one more, I would go Lori Kilmartin.
Wow.
I think she's a good young justice.
Yes, and a Sotomayor type. Keith would be good because he is fair with that stuff.
Yeah, he's very fair. He's very honest.
Very fair. Whether
Roy Wood Jr. would be a good nominee.
Roy's would be a good young justice.
Young justice.
He's in the funnel. He's.
But I also like a Jim Norton. I wish I could get Jim Norton on there. I would get a seat for Jim Norton.
Do we have a representative of the gay community? You need
a Jim David, or I would even go like
I'd like Judy Gold. I think
Judy Gold would be all right. I don't think I would let her get I don't think I'd let her get confirmed because of the Shane stuff. I would probably try to, as a senator. As a senator in comedy, I would probably try to spike that, but I could see people voting for her.
Yeah, I didn't know her involvement there. I'm trying to think. You got a great list going. I agree. So Burr, you don't throw in
Burr's
there.
too young. He's still active. Let him go do stand up.
Ron White, like, would you want a Southern?
I think Ron White's he's more of a lot. He's retired.
I think a retired one would be good. Like Jeff Foxworthy.
He's good. That's a good one. Jeff Foxworthy's a good one. He's a good one.
Because if we're getting Foxworthy understands the mesh of business and comedy and how those two have to work together. He would have an understanding.
Conservative chairs on the Supreme Court. If we're going 5-4 liberal conservative, I would go. Or if we're going 5-4 conservative liberal, I think you go. If you're going a conservative justices, you want Rogan, Ron White, Foxworthy. You need a female Roseanne's too crazy.
No, it's too much.
Who is our conservative woman on the comedy Supreme Court? I think it could be.
She'd get mad at this Whitney Cummings, but it's too young.
Too young. You could spike that one. I think Schumer in a surprise turn.
Well, this was always my favorite conversation of the Cellar is who would bump who. Were you ever there for when we talked
Oh,
that?
I
Like,
love that.
who would walk
My favorite
in?
my favorite night at the Cellar was we sat around the table and we kicked people out of comedy. And we were very honest. And it was like
Get
this
them
was right.
out.
By the way, this was like pre-Schumer blowing up. This is like
Mm.
2012, 2013. And Keith, this is pre-stroke. So Keith would do this thing where he'd go, we'd say their name and he'd be like, and you are out of here. He'd be like, dude, we were kicking out full clubs. He was like, anybody that works the comic strip, you're out of here. It was so funny. It was so funny. And then anybody that got up from the table got kicked out. If you stood up to go
If
do
you
your
left
spot,
the
they'd be like,
conversation.
"You're
Yeah.
out." It was very
Dan
funny.
Soder. Everyone go follow on all platforms at Dan Soder. Soder's the podcast. He's got a theater on dansoder.com. Go get tickets right now if he's in your town. You will not be upset about that. You'll be happy with that. You'll assemble the group chat, as I always say. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. He does comedy for all. I'm Jared Freed. Back next week. Boom.